Mine was feeling that my was getting better. My parents and me, she could stop them better than doing that. She was not seeing him getting better because he deserved it. He looked at her and helped me. He sorry, but she stood there like a stranger. When I'm talking to you, help me. I looked at her by drinking water, and you should call your baby for that. His husband, she vowed him, and she had grudges because he hated it. She hated it. They were forced to marry each other and were broke and poor. They knew that he loved someone else, but she wanted him to leave her after marriage. They cleared everything between them at the wedding. That they wouldn't interfere in each other's business. After beginning, she didn't even like him, but then after leaving him, she started liking his enemy, beat him, and left him while giving that grace to Brian. She showed them, and they walked towards him, and he was laying on the road, staring very much vividly in your whole pretty face. John said, and she nodded. They walked out while giving her that grace. She didn't give her. He got up and we didn't understand now. Okay, I need you. I don't need your Ivan said, and he started walking towards the home. She walked behind him and he was about to follow her. She turned him and helped him to by putting his arm on her shoulder. They walked towards the house. They entered the house and he laid down on the couch while he checked the period jar. Usually it has nothing in it. She looked at him and he was putting ornament on his bruises. We have nothing to eat, so again we have to sleep on an empty stomach. If they didn't bring me, I could earn some money. He looked up and out again. Please come out, you delusion. But it feels good to live in imaginations. You just need to accept the reality. It's not that hard. It is hard because I'm tired of being poor. I spent my whole life childhood in poverty. I don't want to waste my life like this. Why we can't get rich? Are you hungry? She looked at him and nodded. I have a plan, but it's a bit dangerous. I don't care. We haven't eaten anything for 2 days. Let's go. Where? He was about to get up, but she grabbed his hand and first did your business. Bruises. She started putting ornament on his bruise, and they had a great relationship by putting cheese. She started laughing, and you are literally crazy. Go away from me. He was about to go, but she made him sit again. Okay, I will not do it again. And then, without doing anything, she put the ornament. While doing this, she slept there on the couch while being hungry. The next day, he opened his hand and man's feet were on his face. Fine, take your feet aside. He woke up and put them on his stomach. He didn't say anything, he just slept again. But after 1 hour, they woke up and mine was drunk from starving. She drank water also gave him. Last time they threw you out, do you still have the stamina to work? You know what, people don't like you in the summer because of your rudeness. If you want to get beaten up again, then go and try it. I might be late. Why? Because you wanted to meet her? Yes. He lied and she made a weird face. He walked her, but she sat there with jealousy. He came to work and worked the whole day but just for some money. At night, he stood in front of the boss for money, but his boss put so much less. This is so less. I worked the whole day at night. Please give me more. If you want to take it, then take it. You will not tell me what I deserve or not. Throw him out. There were so many workers. The uncle got up. I was giving him cash. Just you have to pay for it. Remember, get out. He walked out. He came home and she got up. And what happened while you were so angry? She asked after seeing him running in anger. He came and sat down on the couch. I don't want to do anything, but my mind is forcing me to work. I worked the whole day, but he didn't give me the money I deserve. So now you have no money. Don't take tension. We will sleep again without eating. No, you have a plan. Let's go. We are just going and don't ask questions. She grabbed her hand and they both walked over while he grabbed the small bag with him. Now they were standing in front of the convenience store. She looked at him and this is not okay. I know we have to do it. Okay, we will give money. Give them money after we get rich. He looked at her. Okay, you always good. Please stop hearing the word rich. They walked in the store and covering their face. He was holding. It was a bad thing. They ended and at the one started putting the things in the bag. Well, shipping the boat didn't want to do that. They didn't steal the money. They just ate food. She put so many things in the bag and let's go. They ran out. The boy was sleeping, but the owner came from the restaurant. The restaurant boss, there's so many things we need to report. The owner was so kind, he knew about them, but didn't stop there just to help them. They came back and they put the bag on the table. I looked at him. That was the first time they did that. He sat down while yelling his head. It was such a shameful act and he hated it. He had no other choice. He knew that he was reacting, so she sat beside him. I know you are not feeling good, I am also, but don't worry. They ate the food together. She made the food and he watched them. He watched the dishes. They both were not feeling good. They sat down without saying a word. They slept more on the couch than the bed. Their room was upstairs. She laid down. He didn't have a cell phone to use because they both sell their belongings. 1 week later, Mama was standing out the owner of the big convenience store. So, do you want a job? She noticed. She decided to work. The uncle was going to find work. You can work. I will give you money. Thank you so much, sir. She came home and found a job, and she started and looked at us. We are at the convenience store from which she noticed. Yes, we have. He was a humble guy. He will give money. Do you get a job? Yes. They both started working and their relationship didn't even change. Still for a lot now and was eating the sandwich given by her boss. He gave all the things to his worker which left in the end of the day. She put another sandwich in her bag and some other snacks for him. She had many animals as she said that nobody liked in the hometown. She came out and was walking on the road, but suddenly her animals came. They stopped and mom felt chills because she was alone and they were so many people. So where are you going? Why? I'm not in the mood for fighting, so get out of my. No, you have to do something for us. They sounded, honey, get out of my way. No, we will go. But you have to do something for us. He was there, standing on the road from far from them. He was talking to someone they didn't know that he was her husband. She refused to hit him, but they forced her. And my children, I go and hit him if you don't want to get bitten by us. They started beating and he didn't know who was getting beaten and we walked towards them and it was when he just up and look if you are in the same situation in which I was therefore I was getting I will get my once now. He stood there stubborn but then he realized they were making fun of her and hated her so much he sat again started drinking but he forgot about his revenge and they both started beating him unfairly. We got up and after there was a boy and then the owner of our convenience store came and stopped them at power in that moment. Go and go with your husband. And I nodded and he looked at her surprising. She didn't know that they were married. She went back home with him. They came back and she later while crying, stop, why do you always fight with everyone? You should thank me before because I helped you and you didn't. I'm not in love with someone else like you. I thought that you left me to die. Because you said you hated me, he looked at her while taking off her shoes. I thought that you left me to die. I was so heartbroken. Tell me, do you hate me or you want me to die? No, why would I hate you? Stop saying this. I'm not like you. Left to be beaten up. I was angry at that time. Why were you talking to her and why did she call you again? How do you know she was calling me? I'm your wife. Tell me, why did she call? She was saying to marry her. Her child, but she forgot about her pain. Why did she say it? Of course, I refused. You should cut every connection with her. I'm not. I'm just stating the facts. She nodded and checked her bruises. She put the ornament on her. She was lying there like a dead body because she was so in pain. But he was with her. Well, on their wedding night, they both told each other they hate each other and wanted each other to die. They were forced and didn't want to live with each other. They said many things to each other, but slowly they started to get attached. He had a girlfriend named Evelyn, she was so pretty, but one hated her after marriage. He almost cut his relationship with her after marriage. One with Ryan, he realized it was useless to leave her because they both were struggling to leave. She always doubted him, but he was not in a relationship with anyone. He lied just to make one jealous because he knew she got jealous very easily. Now he was cheating her and she was leaving. She slept after taking medicine. He stayed there and crashed her face softly. So it was looking easy. He became happy and they both started working his life while thinking about their life, but he didn't know that something bad was waiting for them. The next morning she woke up and her whole of her face was swollen. She looked at him and she was saying, he was sleeping beside her with Janku. He hemmed my body hurts. He took her to the doctor and they both came back. He said, I wonder why you got a sandwich and snacks and ordered it just for you, really? He grabbed it and ate it. It's not expired. He gave her, but she didn't want to eat. He ate everything. When I'm going to work, I will come back earlier. Okay, she turned and again slapped. He walked out and locked the door because he realized she would try to go out. But was so stubborn, always trying, ready to arrive. She wasn't afraid of her and she was ready to take revenge. She wouldn't stop until she broke her heart. At night he came and she was still laying his son beside her and I was sorry because his boss gave him a sully. She opened her eyes and looked guys how much I and she flags in front of her but she just smiled. No, we will get close. He nodded. I want to check in my coat is always for many places. Okay, I will buy you. After 1 week, I hit them, so I will junk. You were laying down the road at that time. They don't even try to touch you again. Mom was talking with the boy who was working there with her, but then honey entered and looked at she was in front of Anne. You didn't tell me that he is your husband. You should tell me because I like him. I will deal for you. Leave him and then I will not disturb you again. When I got angry and got so much shocked after hearing it. What did you say? I said leave him for me. Get out of here because before I eat something on your head. Yes, he's not alone today. I told me entered the house and she was standing in front of him. What happened? Where have you been? Of course at work. You are 2 hours late. Because I overworked for extra money. Why are you doubting me? She didn't say anything and walked towards the table behind her. Dinner is ready, but why are you angry because of that? He understood who was she cursing. What did she say? She wanted you. What? Then she told him everything and he tried to calm her down, but she was so jealous. 1 week later, when was trying to go back home, but Hani came in front of a panicked Nora because she didn't want to fight. So, Ryan, what do you think about that? If you want me to break your jaw, then I'm ready. Shut up and leave him. I like him, he should leave you. Man started walking by ignoring her. Why not, if you don't leave him, one stop and then try to touch and then see what will happen. Okay, she pushed her and got up. She again pushed her, leave him for me. I will give you so much money in return. One got up angling and I don't need your big money. What were you saying, huh? Honey elder at started screaming, but Van didn't stop, slapping her like crazy. By no means, no, you can't keep your eye on what's money, and she couldn't stop a fight back because she wasn't in her right mind. Van again, and at that time, Honey lost her consciousness. Why and what did you do? Van looked at him, and she was again talked about him. He checked her pulse, and she's alive. But go. I will take her to the hospital. Go, Why, and they will come behind you. I nodded and got up, go on upon you, but she walked out and he called a deep ambulance. One entered the other and he was waiting for finally you come back. Look, I bought a jacket for you. She walked towards him while she was afraid. Looking somewhere, he looked at her and understood she did something wrong. What happened? What did you do now? I think everything is okay. Fine, don't lie. I know you did something. I was and we turned his jaw dropped and was so shocked he was clenching his I wish he was clenching his face by saying that. Why, what did you do that? What did she do? You know you have that you have done. I did nothing more. She was touching me mentally. She is alive or not. See, you don't have to worry. I'm worried for you, not for I'm serious. Then they will send you to the and what she will you forgive yourself? Good thing. I'm saying this just for you. So suddenly Sean came and Sean called him and told Uncle. And he's in critical condition. She might be dead and with fine. Run as fast as you can. He got shivers and looked at her and he cut the corner. Let's go. We don't ask questions. Just go. He grabbed some things and money and ran out. Her family and friends came to their house and they weren't there. They destroyed their whole house just to find them there and find them and want them in my house. I will with my horns, said Dad said. Janko stopped and they both were breathing heavily. They came far from there. Sean said that Honey and her family wanted to find Sarah and she go, but that's why I was stopping you from doing that. But you don't listen to me. You should tell me if she. I will come. She covered her mouth as her hands were shaving her tears were falling as she felt fear. She didn't want to become mom. Janko didn't want to kill her. I was just angry at that time. Her tears started falling and she started crying. He was very ready, but after seeing her, he became worried. Pulled her towards him and hugged her for the first time. He patted her back, but she was trembling. He hugged her tightly and just saved me. I have a place to hide for today, but tomorrow we will leave this city for forever. Where Evelyn's on her face when he noticed. Fine, we have to hide. I'm not going to there alone. I believe that she will help us and won't tell anyone. Okay, Evelyn was there for his friends. Now they were standing in front of her and she opened the door. She smiled after seeing them, but her smile fell after and Evelyn, I want you to have come inside. You know them both entered. She entered. This other man was hiding behind Janko, he told her. You both can stay here. I will not tell anyone. And he was the girl who called Janko and wanted him to marry her. And one was jealous of her. He looked at her and she was so tired. He patted her hand and she hugged him. Evelyn was feeling so bad for them. The next day in the early morning, they both were going to the bus stop in Evelyn's car. Sun didn't rise and they wanted to run in the dark. Go to my uncle, will help you. I told him about to go. They came in, Janko and Van sat in the bus. They said goodbye to Evelyn and she drove up after giving him money. Now Van was hugging me. They were alone on the bus. She was wearing the jacket and he bought for her. Her heart was pounding. She didn't want to die. She knew that the sun rose and the junk opened his eyes. The bus left. The bus was filled with so many people. He stared at them. Then he read where they were going. He got them. Where are we going? We are going to Salt City. His jaw dropped. But isn't this by going to village? No, he was shocked to hear that. They stepped off the bus. He was holding his hand. He looked at the people and they came to the Seoul for the first time. They didn't know about it. He just started walking while he knew that he could get a job in Seoul easily because it was not difficult to get a job in Salt City. Finally, they got a small apartment. She entered with him and said that the apartment was empty. She will come back after buying food. She was about to go, but she grabbed his hand and went, don't be afraid, just wait for me. Cupped her face, I'm coming back in just a few minutes. Wait for me. She nodded and he walked out. She looked at the apartment, her heart sank, and was thinking about Annie. She wanted to leave. He came back and they were sat down together and ate the food. Man ate just too slow, showing because she didn't want him to worry about her. She wanted to throw because of the fear. Suddenly she became the weakest person. She was the stronger. Fear of losing was eating her. He was doing so much effort. We are here now. We are safe. We don't have to worry now. He hugged her and leaned towards her. She closed her eyes and she hugged him and he wrapped his hand around her and they both were cuddling with each other. The next day, he went to Darman, who opened a job and he got it. She was happy for him, but she she wasn't afraid of dying, but she just didn't want him to die. She just sat there the whole time, the whole day while seeing gods and waiting for him. She was so sensitive, she regretted it. 2 months later, he entered and knocked her from behind. She looked at him and kissed her. Look what I bought for you. She looked at it and it was flowers. She smiled and grabbed them. Do you like it? She knew that they were living happily. Honey didn't and they both were in danger. But he was happy that she left that city. He sat down and she sat down beside him. The next day she was sleeping when I'm going. I have made breakfast for you. She nodded and he kissed her goodbye. She nodded and he walked out after her. She woke up and ate the food and he made for her. Then she cleaned the apartment. The whole day passed and she was waiting for him, but he didn't come back. She became worried but walked out. She sat down and called him, but he didn't pick up the call. 2 hours passed and he didn't come back. She had enough, so she walked out. She went to the shop where he worked, but he wasn't there. They said that he left 4 hours ago. She searched for him in the streets, but she didn't find him. He was nowhere. She was so worried. She didn't care about herself. She only wanted to find him. After finding him for 4 hours with his co-workers, she went to the police station. After that, she came back and was so worried. 3 years later, she was changing the clothes for her son. He was giggling and she was also smiling, but she was broken from the inside. He just vanished that day and never came back. He did her son. She was trying to find him. She picked up her son and walked out. She started walking after him. She left her alone. She was walking in the street while holding her son. She was wearing everything new. Her son had a smiley face. He always smiled. He was smiling while drinking the milk. Suddenly, one stopped and she felt like she saw him. She looked in the street. He was standing there at a drop and she walked towards him. He was staring at her. He was good. She stood in front of him and his eyes were on her. What happened to you, dear Pomdora? She changed it up and so you marry again? Who's this son? It's sure I can marry someone else being your wife. His face fell and he looked at his son. His son smiled like him. Where have you been? He hugged her while crying. They entered the apartment. He changed so much. They sat down. He talked so much with him. There was a group of people who wanted. They forced them to work for him. Then he ran. They directly came to her. She slept there. He hugged her while his tears were falling. I missed you so much. He hugged him back while crying. Their son was staring at it. She kissed it as he had gone through so much. They reported for those men they caught when they lived together. He was lying beside her while she was scratching his face softly. She kissed his face multiple times when he came back. She believed that he was not dead for her and waited for him. She lay down with him while hugging him.